Hello, what is up everyone? I'm Young Foz and it's here. It's finally here. Play that goddamn B-roll. Oh, Sucker Punch, you've gone and done it again. The 5-year long wait is finally over and Ghost of Yotei has arrived. Man, I can't even properly express how excited I am for this game, bro. Because I really did love Tsushima. Maybe I'll say it like this. I love Tsushima.
Bitch,
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
I put like 200 hours into Tsushima and I suspect that I'm going to put the same amount of time into this game because as of right now, I am really enjoying it. But enough of the yapa yapa. Okay, so proceeding with the actual first impressions, this game already feels like a true sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. The open world is majestic, bellissimo.
Beautiful.
Like what more could you want in terms of art direction and style? It boggles the mind how Sucker Punch did this. Those MFs probably have a hot tub time machine to go back in time and take pictures because it is actually crazy. They even did a great job of displaying how Japanese families were back then. Speaking of back then, Ghost of Yotei is set in the early 1600s in the island of Ezo, which is modern day Hokkaido. Not to sound like a broken record, but it's really beautiful. Every second I've spent in-game makes me just want to keep taking screenshots. I've probably taken around 30 screenshots using the game's photo mode already, and that's just me being in the starting area. Story. You play as Atsu, a female Ronin that has come back to Ezo to get revenge on the Yotei 6. The group that killed her family and left her for dead 17 years ago. In her return, she seeks to wreak vengeance on all those who had a hand in her family's death, and it looks like nothing can stop her, not even death. So the game does start off with a grittier and darker tone, showing us the immediate difference from the previous game's story. Jin Sakai's journey in Ghost of Tsushima starts with loss, having us see the immediate consequences of his defeat against the hands of the Khan. The main narrative focuses on his struggles of choosing between honor and survival, being a samurai or being the ghost and accepting what he has to do to save the island of Tsushima and its people, even if it goes against everything he used to believe in.
The castle is yours. The Khan marches north. We can head him off.
You defied me.
I did what I had to. For them.
Atsu, on the other hand, has already lived 17 years of her life after the massacre of her family. She has fought in wars, killed countless other Ronin and samurai, and in her return, she is steadfast, unflinching, already knowing what must be done. The story as of now seems to be pushing themes such as Atsu reconciling her deep-seated grief regarding the death and murder of her family, as well as Atsu finding if there is a life worth living after fulfilling her goal. I like how different the stories and the protagonists are, and I am excited as to how Atsu's story will conclude. I will say this, Atsu is a top tier aura farmer. Like, look at this shit. She's just a kid and she's already posing like that. We get it. We see the damn fit. No cap though, if I had a sword at the age of 11, I'd be posing like this all the time. Looking like future Trunks in this shit. The game also looks to have a bigger ensemble than the first, with the new cast of characters being called the Wolfpack. I don't know how to feel about this because the surrounding cast for the first game felt perfect. I think that Ghost of Tsushima divided the amount of quests in between them perfectly, as it never gave me the opinion of not having enough time spent with any of them. They were written so well and the actors did such a good job with giving life to characters such as Sensei Ishikawa, Lady Adachi, Yuna, and even Kenji. I think it's gonna be really hard to top the old cast of characters, but I am excited to see how the new cast plays out. Gameplay. The gameplay is iterative of the previous title in the series, meaning that yes, it is better, more refined, but still more of the same. To me, the combat is an improved version of the stance mechanic, but instead of 4 stances, it has 5 different weapons. The core function of this mechanic is that it allows Atsu to counter other weapons and other enemy types with a rock paper scissors type dynamic. If they use a sword, you also use a sword. But if they pull out a spear, then you pull out 2 swords. You catching my drift? The swordplay and animations are also way better. Enemies now have tons of varying moves and animations, especially as you progress more in the game. Everybody just starts pulling out crazy ass moves. I started thinking I was in Demon Slayer for a sec. The bosses in this game are also way better, especially the main story bosses. Because one gripe I did have about Tsushima is that the bosses felt samey very early on. But that's not a problem in this game. Moving on to exploration. And oh boy is it great. Hot take incoming. This might be the best horse riding in an open world game yet. All of you are probably going, well, what about Red Dead Redemption 2? No. Shh. Shush your mouth. I love RDR2 as much as the next guy. But the horses in that game, they're actually lobotomized. I can't count the amount of times where I ate dirt because the horse trips on a small ass rock where it would've and should've jumped over. The steering is also weird as hell because it has built-in auto steer, but it gets all wonky when you ride in an area where there are lots of trees. So what makes Ghost of Yotei's horse riding better? Zoomies. The game gives you more options to increase your speed than any other game that allows you to ride horses. And all these little things added together are greater than the sum of their parts, because these things do a lot in terms of increasing the enjoyment of exploration and not just a follow the quest marker routine while in between quests. Now, if Sucker Punch actually took notes from Japan, they would know that we don't really care about Kurosawa mode, Watanabe mode, Miko mode, nah. What we want is anime horse girl mode. I don't know what happened. I think I got hacked, but we fixed it. Okay, let's move on. The side content in this game is also more fleshed out from what I've seen. The Shinto shrines, fox dens, outposts, and even the hot springs are all still here, but with more added depth and variety. The side quests are more interconnected with each other, unlike in the previous game, where you can kind of expect how each one is going to end after a while. In Ghost of Yotei, they did a way better job of integrating these quests into the world and with each other. Sometimes I would even find myself doing 2 quests at once, making most of the activities way more engaging and exciting. My favorite new addition is the bounty hunting system, wherein they added a bounty board and a bounty NPC to every hub in the game. Interacting with this bounty board allows you to seek out targets for money, and then you'll realize that there's always more to these bounties than meets the eye. The bounty board also updates Atsu's bounty the more you progress the story and the more notorious you become. Sucker Punch has also added way more interactivity with the world in general. They are fully utilizing the DualSense controller, and I'm all for it. The new one they added that I really liked was the painting activity, because it makes me feel like I'm more creative than I actually am. But my all-time favorite will always be the sheathed sword one, because this is probably the coolest way to hide your sword ever. The more times I get to interact with a game, the more enjoyment I get out of it. On the flip side, if you guys only like it for the first couple of times, then they do always give you the option to skip it. All in all, I really like this game, man. Like, it's got me hooked. Also, if you like open world games, if you like Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, if you played the old Ghost of Tsushima, then you've got to try this game. It's unbelievable. And yeah, that's it. I'm Young Foz. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And yeah, I don't know how to do an outro.